Willie presents the payment. Hi guys, how you doing? My name's Willie, and today we're going to talk about Gold Rush in the little series I like to call The Payment. So, episode 2 ended up being a big decision-making time for about all the crews. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Parker bought a new wash plant this season he calls Sleuthzilla. Now Sleuthzilla cost about $600,000 and is able to run about 150 yards an hour, which is almost triple the amount of the wash plant that he had last year. Okay, now Sleuthzilla can run 3,300 gallons a minute. And it has its defaults, as all new wash plants has. They gotta work the bugs out of them. Parker's Sleuthzilla has the issue of they've got specialized trays that the gold runs down into the sleuth box, and basically the water was all running to one side, running too fast, which was washing the gold out. How they fixed this was railing steel pieces in each sleuth box that was going down, and then used a piece of an old tarp to run along the side of it, which was collecting the most gold and the most water, pushing it over the side. So that's how they fixed the problem that they had. Another thing that he done this episode was made his girlfriend in charge of running one of the haul trucks, and apparently she likes running the haul truck. So we'll just see how that ends up. The Hoffman crew is running a new mine this year called the High Bar Mine, which is in Oregon. Their issue is they're not getting gold for crap. They ran 4,500 yards of dirt and only get like 12.539 ounces out of it. So yeah. Thing that I found interesting, and I'm pretty sure that you all will find interesting, is the guys who actually own the mine runs with the Hoffman crew, and they said that the gold is there, it just comes in spurts, and they ain't hit the right part of the mine yet. Basically, they felt real big gold, but it was only on one part of the mine, and Todd's actually thinking that they've already mined all that out. So, yeah, that's what the Hoffman crew is facing. Now, how they're going to combat this is there's a mine a couple miles down the road from the high bar, and they're trying to get the owner of that mine to let them lease that mine so they can run two mines. Now, here's the problem with that. That other mine has already been dredged. Okay, the mine owner says that there is boulders, and then there's paid dirt under the boulders. Todd's like, well, how do we know that the dredge didn't get to him? So he took him around back behind the shop there, and he's like, you see dredge lime buckets? Guys, that's probably 2-inch steel, and it was just nothing there. it was a big gaping hole at the bottom where the rest of the bucket should have been. And Dave, which is part of the Hoffman crew, he thinks that there's good gold underneath the boulders, just like the mine owner. So, yeah, that's what they're having to face. The Beat crew, which consists of Tony, Monica, and Kevin, which is his daughter and his son. Um, Tony had the bright idea of buying an airplane so that they can just fly in and peek in on his son and his daughter anytime he wants to. The problem with that is he wants to make the landing pad out of old dredge tailings. So he went to build the landing pad and he just instructed the crew to dump it in the pond which the dredge was sitting in. So they got it built. Tony flew in, tried it out, worked just fine. But when Kevin went back to work on the dredge, he noticed that all the logs was floating in front of the bucket line. What does this cause? Every few minutes it was picking up a branch or a piece of a tree. And y'all know that that cannot be run through the trommel or it would cause major damage. So he was having to stop every few minutes to clear up the buckets. Cost him about shift and a half of downtime, which equaled out to be around $20,000 worth of gold lost. Kevin called his dad over there to see what he caused, and Tony's like, I really effed up, didn't I? Kevin's like, yeah, you did. So I think Tony's gonna think twice about him running another thing in with his son. Basically, his son and his daughter basically just wants him to sit on a couch and let them handle it. So that was the big thing about this past episode for the Beat crew. So that was the end of the show for today. Hopefully you guys liked it, enjoyed it, and y'all will subscribe, like our Facebook, and if y'all have any questions or if y'all just want to talk about the show, leave a comment in the comment section, or if y'all want me to get back to you faster, because I'm slow when it comes to my comments, just like our Facebook page and send me a message on that. So we will see y'all in the next one. Bye for now. Subscribe and like our fan page on Facebook. See y'all in the next one.